If you have ever dreamed of doing your PhD in the UK, this right here is the video for you. Hi, my name is Cassie. I am a Zambian. I am based here in the UK in Scotland, Edinburgh, and I'm studying for my PhD in sustainable finance. I am studying at the Queen Margaret University, and guess what? Fully funded. I'm going to go through the different steps that I took and I think are necessary for anybody who wants to study their PhD here in the UK should take. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. So, the very first step that you need to take is you need to identify your research area of interest. So, I am an economist, so I had to think around what type of topics do I find interesting in the economic space. I have studied macroeconomics extensively and I've used it for my master's research and other research that I have done. So it was quite easy for me to think around sustainable finance and narrow it down to that as I was looking for the different scholarships, different opportunities, and different PhD programs that were out there. So you need to identify which area of interest you have. One important thing to remember is that you will be doing your PhD program for 3 to 4 years. So it has to be something that you're interested in because 4 years is a lot of time. So I chose sustainable finance because I have an interest in it and I figured that that would be perfect for me for the next couple of years and also just to grow my career in this particular field. The second step, which I think is very, very important after you've decided what exactly you would like to do your research in, what area you would like to do your research in, is to identify individuals that you will reach out to when you need to make your application and they need to write you letters of recommendation. So in my case, I had 3 people that I had reached out to before I even made any applications. Right when I decided I wanted to do my PhD and what area I wanted to do it in, I reached out to 3 people. The first one was my former lecturer when I was doing my undergraduate degree. The second one was a colleague that I worked with in a research project that I did. I worked as a research assistant once with them, and they knew a little bit about me and my work ethics around research. And then the third person was my master's thesis supervisor, who was also my lecturer. And I reached out to her as well, so that these people, would know in advance to say, I will be applying for different PhD positions, and I would at one point reach out to them and ask them to write me some letters. So I told them in advance so they knew about it and it wouldn't just come up abruptly. One thing to note is that most universities post their call for PhD programs, and it's usually for a duration of 1 month to apply. From the date of the call out to when you have to submit the deadline. So it's not enough time to reach out to your supervisors or to reach out to your former lecturer who taught you 2-3 years ago. So they're also busy. They've got things to do. So you have to reach out to them and remind them and ask them to write a letter and go back and forth. 1 month is not enough. Take it from me. So it's important that they know in advance so that when you're actually making the application and you send them an email with the links and everything, they are aware of it already and they can quickly get to it, and they remember you and they know you, so they quickly get to it and write you those letters of recommendation. And it's very important because I would say all PhD programs, upon application, they will ask for letters of recommendation, and it's usually from 2 people, and that's why I went for 3, just in case I couldn't get a hold of one of them at that particular moment that I needed them. I had another option. So yeah, letters of recommendation, that's the second thing that you need to do. So after you have done those 2, the next thing that you want to do is then go on a website that I found my program on, and that is widely used here in the UK, is called jobs.ac.uk. Now I'm going to put the link and try and fit something over here just for you to see how the website looks like. It's very user friendly. I used to check it every single day when I decided I wanted to do this PhD in the UK. I was checking it every single day. It's very easy to use. You can filter out from location, you can filter out from uh, the subject area that you're looking for. So it makes it easier for you, so you don't have to go through all those different posts that are there. So you can go and you can pick and select which opportunity piques your interest, and you can read further about it, and it will take you to the links of the actual universities, the actual portals where you can make your application. So I would utilize this particular one because it worked perfect for me. I know there might be other ones out there, but this one was perfect in my opinion. So yeah, jobs.ac.uk is something that you should read and check every single day. The fourth step that I would take, and I think I would recommend, I think this can be done at different points, and I will explain why. Writing a proposal. Now, when you write your proposal, you've already decided what it is that you want to study. I took different approaches for this. So I knew I wanted to do my master's in economics and something infused with finance. So I thought of different questions that I wanted to answer in research wise, and what exactly it is that I wanted to do. So I had a couple of proposals that I had written. I think I had about 3 of them. 2 were very closely related in terms of background, and one was sort of different from what I would normally do, but I had an interest in it. So I had these proposals already written down, and this is where doing your master's comes in handy, because they teach you how to do, most of us will do research masters, and that's what you need when you need to do your PhD. You have this experience where you know how to write a research proposal already. So you have to write that on your own. And I had this proposal written down. And most of the calls that you can see out there that are very generic by universities that offer funding, you can find your own topic and write on it. And it's handy because when the call comes out and you already have a topic in mind, you already have your proposal. All you have to do is reach out to a supervisor that has an interest in your topic, a supervisor that is related, that does research that is related to the topic that you want to study on. So you reach out to them, and if they say they are good, they would like to supervise you, you have to then get a letter from them that you attach in your application as well, and then you wait from there whether you get in or not. And it's important to reach out to the supervisors before you make your application, because you need them to say yes, they can supervise you. That's an approach that I tried and I found was very difficult, because these are people that don't know you. You just reach out to them. You don't know if they're gonna see your email or not. I had instances where I didn't even get a feedback, and I had instances where they would respond and say, "Oh, I love your topic. It's interesting, but it's not in my research goals right now. It's not in my research interests right now. Try X, Y, and Z professors that might be interested." And you reach out to those and they tell you, "Oh no, I'm not taking up any PhD candidates now." So it's very difficult, and then you run out of time, and then the deadline approaches and you don't make your application. To some people that has worked out fine. They got responses and they made the application and they got accepted. In my case, it was very different. So I decided, after trying that route for a while, I went and did a different one where I looked out for opportunities that already had projects and supervisors placed. So in the call, it will tell you what the project is about. It will tell you who the supervisor is, and they will tell you what exactly they're looking for in their researcher, in their PhD student. So I saw that, and it was easier for me because the supervisor was there and the topic was there. All I had to do was write the proposal. Now, that's the con of it, is that you probably have 1 month to write a good proposal that will pique the interest of the said supervisor that's already there. So I had to write my proposal quite quickly and tailor it to exactly what was being asked for in the project description. So that's one way that I was able to do it. So writing the proposal is very critical and it has to be done very well. Of course, they don't expect like top level proposal, they expect the master level proposal because you should have already known how to do that. So after you have done all of this, the fifth step that I highly, highly, highly recommend, and you do not skip this step, is asking for guidance from somebody who is already in that field that you are trying to get into. Someone that is already working academically in the topic of interest that you have. So in my case, it was in sustainable finance. I had a mentor who was already a professor in sustainable finance at another university, not the university I was applying for. So I reached out to him, and in fact, even before I chose to get into sustainable finance, to talk to him and just find out what's going on in the field. What would he recommend? Would he recommend somebody to do sustainable finance at PhD level? And then when I got to see this opportunity, I reached out to him when I wrote my proposal, because he's already a full professor at another university in sustainable finance. So I reached out to him because he was my mentor in his capacity as my mentor to help me go through my proposal, which helped me refine a lot of things and steer me in the right direction. Why? Because he's already a professional in his capacity as professor in sustainable finance. So he gave me good advice to say, this type of research question makes sense like this, because I've been to seminars and workshops where these things are being discussed and this is what is missing out. So it was very helpful in that it helped me structure and write my proposal in a way that was captivating to the audience that's already in the field of sustainable finance. So it's very important that you have somebody that you can reach out to. Should it be a former lecturer, a former professor, definitely reach out to them. So after doing all of these things, one of the other steps that you need to take is get your references as part of your application. It's always, I don't think I've seen any application where they do not ask for this. Now, remember I had told you that you should get at least 3, because usually they ask for 2 people that they will need to get references for. So you need to get in contact with them and tell them, look, I found this school, I'm submitting my application. This is the deadline. Could you please submit a proposal, a reference letter for me? Some schools require you to send them directly, the referee to send them directly to the schools. In my case, I had to get those letters with me and I had to attach them while I was making my application. So I had to ask them to send me those letters in advance, and like a week in advance, so that I could have time to sit down and do my application and then submit it. Because remember, some of these application processes, they take a while because there are also other questions that they ask you. You need to refine your CV and little things like that. So these are the things that I think are very, very important when it comes to applying for a fully funded. And you have to put in the work and the effort because it's fully funded. It's not free, you know. The university or some other institution is paying for you to do that particular research. So you have to put in the effort. It takes time. I started in 2024 of September. So I'm in my second year, yay, of my PhD. And my applications started a year before. So I saw the call and I took time. I wrote my application, I wrote my proposal. And by the time it was 2024, I was studying my PhD journey here in the UK. So it's very much possible. And I do hope that I've given enough information that I think is very necessary for you to apply for a fully funded, and you don't have to spend your own money for it, except only on the visa, which we can talk about that later. But yeah, this is just a few steps that I thought I should share with you guys. So I hope you find that it's very necessary and very helpful. If you would like to find out about how to do a master's instead, I've done a different video. I did a couple of years ago, but I think the information is very much the same right now and very useful if you want to apply to study in Italy, where I did my master's and fully funded as well. I have a video on that too. So yeah, I hope you liked it, the video. I hope you come back. I'm going to do more videos around doing your PhD here in the UK and just life as a PhD student here. I hope you liked the video. Please like it too. Click on that like button, subscribe, and yeah, turn on the notifications so that you see the next videos that I post. So thank you so much and see you later.
Together always. I wish I wasn't afraid of the